Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be making a junk journal out of things that we mostly have around the home or things that are easy and cost effective to find at the Dollar Tree. So I've got things here. As you can see, I've got quite a bit going on here. I'm going to apologize for my broken nails ahead of time. I got a nail appointment today, but I decided I needed to get this video done. So I have just stuff. I got lots of stuff here. Like I said, most of this stuff is things that you are going to find around your home, because if you don't find these things around your home, I want to know how you don't. Because it's really just garbage, but I'm repurposing. So the things that I think that a lot of people, this is just my opinion, a lot of people have in their home, some kind of yarn or some kind of twine. And this can be used for, I like to make dangles for my junk journals to hang off of the spine. So that's, something that I want to do even for this one. So some kind of yarn or, like I said, twine. The base of our book is going to be this Rotini box here. So this is going to be the base of our book. It's got a nice wide spine to it. And I really like this little window it's already got in it. So we're going to use this for the base of our journal. To reinforce the base of our journal, I'm using a Raisin Bran Crunch box because I like to reinforce the front and the back and the spine, just because I feel like the noodle box is just too thin. So that's why I like to add another layer and reinforce it. This is just a wrapper that I got off of the shipping labels that I was using. I was ready to throw it away, but you don't throw stuff like this away because it's heavier. So that's something that we can use. I've got tons of mail things here. Let me make sure I covered up everything that I should have. Hold on 1 minute. Yep, I did. Okay, so this is just some junk mail that I've got here. Insurance, the dogs, ready to go to the vet. This is off of clothing that we purchased this week, me and Selena. And then I've got more junk mail from the vet. I've got something from Rocket Mortgage. I don't know who they are. And then I've got something else here. So I'm going to go ahead and put these to the side. And then I've also got this envelope I got here when we signed up for the gym. All of our paperwork came in it. So that's a good envelope to use. Let's see what else I got here. Next we have a brown paper bag. I feel like that's something a lot of people have in their home. Another reminder from the vet. Guess I better get on that. These are all just scrap envelopes that I've been saving because I like the window on them. This is just some pages of a book. I feel like that's really good to have in junk journals, and I feel like everybody has a book that's either falling apart or they don't mind using it and taking it apart. This is from another project, but I thought lined paper, or use something out of a notebook. Just tear out of a notebook. More junk mail. This is something that I'd started doing last year. Whenever I would print something off and it was either not the right thing that I wanted to print, or it had extra pages to it, or it printed more than once, or if the color was off. So when I start to run out of ink, I save those pages too, because they always give like a gradient effect when you're running out of ink in your printer. So these are just pages from last week that I printed out for Hannah's homeschool. And I think these are duplicates. That's why they're in the junk journal pile. All right, here's another option if you wanted to use a book. This is a hardback book that I got at the Dollar Tree, and it is normally $27. So that's pretty crazy. $27.88. I got it at the Dollar Tree. And you can always use this as the base of your book and just cut out the insides, or you can use, like I said, the insides of the book as pages or, you know, ephemera. The last, oh, not the last thing. The next thing I have here is I've gone through books and magazines, and I've cut out images, backgrounds, things that I thought would be useful in a junk journal or for journaling. So I've got all these images that I've cut out, mostly of magazines. A couple of them are books. But I've got, look at all of these good pieces of ephemera. I mean, look at that. That is gorgeous. That came out of a book, I think. This book right here was a really good book because it was actually a staging book, like a photography staging book. And so the pictures in it were amazing. So I cut those out. I've got tons of little things here from magazines, books, just all of this stuff is, look at how beautiful this stuff, look at that. That's from a magazine. Look, it was like I think it was a commercial, or a commercial ad for something. This was also an ad for something. Look. I can't believe this was, I got this out of a magazine. So I'm pretty happy with all this stuff. Look. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. Like, people buy this stuff. And I just sat down one night with a pair of scissors in front of the TV. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That. I just sat down with a pair of scissors one night in front of the TV, and I went through some, like I said, this one was like the staging book. These two came from the photo staging book I got at the Dollar Tree. Yeah, forgot to tell you that. I got the photo staging book at the Dollar Tree, and I just got tons, look at that, of pictures from it. They're gorgeous. And I just cut all the photos out. Look at that. That was from an ad in a newspaper. I just cut that out because sometimes when I'm doing journaling, I'll use the face and kind of blur it out with paint or something. So that's just kind of, wow, that is really a piece of what I have. I literally have like so much stuff over here. Some of it's scrap paper, but a lot of it is just magazine journaling and books. So this is a printable. If you have a printer, you can go ahead and use these. This is a printable. I'm not sure how many I have in here, but I have a lot. It's from My Porch Prints. I absolutely love her shop. She always has the best ephemera digital downloads for junk journals. So this is from her shop. All these different roses. I forget which like listing it was, but look at all these that I got. They're beautiful. Love them. So again, I have a whole bunch of these that I've already printed or that I've already cut out. So they're all ready to use. That's again another thing. If I'm relaxing at night in front of the TV, grab some scissors and print yourself out some ephemera and just cut it up while you're watching some TV. And that way it's all ready. Let me go I don't know why I didn't grab it. Let me go show you where mine is. Hold on. Okay, took me a second to find them because I had them in with my junk journaling cards. So here they are. I've sat down and I've just started cutting them apart. And I have a whole bag full of all sorts of roses and flowers. And so these are perfect. And they're very cost efficient to print. If you already have the printer, I don't know, I wouldn't say more than $5 to download one of these printables off of Etsy and get to cutting. All right, next I have this. Okay, this is from the Dollar Tree. Now, I did see these out recently again. They're in packs, and they're called scrap paper packs. And I believe this is 2 scrap paper packs, but I've also been sending this stuff out with Happy Mail too. So there's a lot in here. So it comes with a lot, and it comes with really cool stuff. Like, look at the texture on this one. And this is like a cardstock. These are more paper, but look, they look like handmade paper with all the little specks in them. Let me dig in here. I mean, not everyone's going to have the same paper in it, of course, but they are all sorts of different textures. This is almost fabric. I don't know if you can, like, hear it. It's almost fabric. Look. It's really cool texture. What else do I have? More. Oh, look, sparkly pieces. They got sparkly pieces in a couple of these. This is like an organic. Really cool. So this is of course not something that everybody has around their home, but you can run up to the Dollar Tree, excuse me, and spend $1.25 now, not just $1. $1.25 on a pack of scraps like this, and this is going to take you far in decorating a journal. So we're going to pull from there. And then the very last thing I want to show you is wax paper. I always get my wax paper at the Dollar Tree, and I love using it in my journals. I make envelopes out of them. I'll make pages out of them. I'll make pockets out of it. I just absolutely adore using wax paper in junk journals, so that's another thing. Okay, I keep saying one more thing. Okay, one more thing. Paint. We got some paint, a paintbrush, and specifically watercolors, because I think I'm going to try to distress the edges of the pages with this black and brown, and maybe dip into these colors a little bit. But, and then glue, of course. So our options for glue. Okay, so our options for glue. I'm trying to stick to Dollar Tree with glue because I know that glue can be expensive. This tape is from the Dollar Tree. This glue you can find at the Dollar Tree. And you can get a packet of these from the Dollar Tree. So I'll use all Dollar Tree adhesives just to keep it simple and cost effective. The reason I want to do this is because I want to let people know that you don't have to have a ton of money in art supplies to make a beautiful junk journal. I want people to be able to, you know, see the junk journals on YouTube and say, oh, I can make that, instead of, oh, I wish I had all those art supplies, you know, because it's hard not having the art supplies that you want to use. But you also have to be realistic about things and understand that sometimes art supplies can be expensive. And being a crafter, I personally like to have a little bit of everything. So I like to have painting supplies. I like to have art, or what is going on here? I can't get this thing down. I can usually just rip it down right down the side. This one's not coming apart though. Anyway, I have art supplies. I have paper crafting supplies. I have clay supplies. I have sequins. I have wood supplies in there to make, you know, risers and storage for my craft room. So what I'm saying is it's really, really hard to have all the craft supplies because you never know what you're going to want to craft next. So that's where I really like using things around the house, because I'm not running out and just spending unnecessary money, because I'm sure, like all of you, we're living the American dream. So we have 2 cars, we have a mortgage, and craft supplies on top of that is just ridiculously priced. So wherever we can cut back, I think that it makes a difference. So instead of going out and buying chipboard, use the boxes you have around the house. I don't buy chipboard anymore. I have a whole drawer full of boxes. Honest to God, a whole drawer. Because I refuse to buy chipboard. I did it one time. I did. And don't get me wrong, I love doing crafts with chipboard because it just makes everything so sturdy. But is it worth it to me? Nope. So that is why I choose things that are more cost effective. And really, when you're making journals to sell, I'm going to put this out there. When you're making journals to sell, in order to be cost effective in selling your journals, you have to be cost effective in purchasing your supplies. So when looking at handmade items, you might think, oh my gosh, that is so expensive. I can get that from a big box department store somewhere. But little crafters like me, we are actually trying our very hardest to bring down that cost. We need to be paid for our time, of course, but we are not out there trying to charge more and more and more for the items that we make. We just want to be paid for the time we spend on it and the supplies that we put into it. I mean, I'm saying we, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. I thought, you know, that's what I thought for my business. I just want to make enough money to cover my time and my supplies because I love doing this. So it's actually a benefit because it's something I love doing and I can make a little bit of money with it. And when I say a little bit of money, I mean a little bit of money. All right, so we got our base here. I think I want the little, what is that called? Little window. I think I want the window on top. So I want it to be like this. Let me measure it real quick. I'm doing. It's almost 4 3/4. How about this one? This one's a little over 4 3/4. No, it's about 3 it's about 4 3/4. So 4 3/4, and this is where I have to write stuff down because my memory is an absolute sieve. See, 4 3/4 is what I said. Jeez. And then it's about 7 and an eighth, I think. Yeah, 7 1/8. 7 1/8, and of course this is going to be 7 1/8 by just 2 3/4. Okay. All right. So let's cut down this box so we can make the other box stronger and sturdier. So I don't know, do you guys prefer videos where I talk the whole way through it? Sometimes I don't get the opportunity to because, like I've said before, I have a house and a family, and I'm not going to tell everybody to be quiet for mommy so she can do a YouTube video, you know? Oh, it's got the... Nope. It's not got the same spine. So what kind of videos do you guys prefer? Do you prefer videos where I talk through them? Or videos where I play some music for you guys? don't know if I mentioned before, the reason that I'm getting to enjoy this day at home and do a video for you guys talking through it instead of doing a voiceover is because my middle girl, Selena, she got a car. We went out, and let me tell you how hard that is right now, trying to find a used car. That'll cost you an arm and a leg. But we spent a whole day driving around, me and her dad. Hannah stayed at home with the dogs. She didn't feel like car shopping, which I wanted to stay home with the dogs too. But I had to go because I'm like the mom or something. I don't know. It was, like I said, an all-day excursion. And so we finally found a red Fiat. And I've heard of a Fiat before, but I've never seen one. And it was this shiny red Fiat. And we looked at it and we were like, we don't know if we want to buy a German car. Or German, I think it's a German car. We didn't want to buy a car that was not local to where we could get parts. But we called our mechanic and he said, not a problem. I don't usually have a problem with getting parts for Fiats. It's fine. So we told Selena that we would co-sign for her, which, you know, it's us buying the car and her just putting her name on it. So she could, you know, build up some credit. And she's responsible for her own insurance and for the payment of the car. So we got that for her, and Hannah just loves spending time with her sister now. So they'll go out and they'll go shopping. They'll go out to lunch. The week before last, they went out and got their nails done. It was the cutest little thing ever. So they are right now currently out returning something to Target. So they'll be back soon. Not too soon because we live way out in the boonies. So we don't have a Target that's closer than, 25 minutes away. So this is my little crafting time by myself. I enjoy it. They went out, like I said last week, and got their nails done. I crafted a little bit, and I think I even napped last week. So it's very nice to have your kids grow up, but at the same time, it's so hard. It's so hard having the babies grow up. All right, we've got our structure done here. So this is going to have to be trimmed out. I don't know how I'm going to... I don't know how I'm going to do that. I mean, how big is this? Almost just as big. Okay. So, I'll put this right here. All right, so that's roughly where the window is, because I didn't know how I was gonna measure that. So crafty. So this is roughly the size of the window. Let's hope we can roughly guesstimate. The window is here. don't know why my printer is making noises. That's really creepy. Nobody else is in the house. There's no reason for my printer to be making noises like that. This looks like it lines up good enough. I'll just put some kind of border around there. So let's get that stuck down. Here's what I want to do. I want to use tape. And the reason I want to use tape is because I have had no luck, you guys, lately with wet glue. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, but I keep using wet glue and everything is warping horribly. I don't know if it's like, I really don't know. So usually I can use Aleene's tacky glue, and as long as I do a thin layer of it, it usually doesn't warp. So I don't know if they've changed like the formula of the tacky glue, like this original tacky glue, but for some reason, every time I use it now, it warps my project, and I can't sell journals that are all warped and raggedy looking, you know, so I've been using tape just because it's disappointing. Like, you know, like I said, you go and you do this journal and it turns out really cute, but then the cover's all warped up, and like I said, you can't sell something like that. It's not good quality. I would never sell something that was not of good quality. So it can be kind of frustrating to use something for so long and then have it not work the same. So I don't know why. Like I said, I don't know why it doesn't work the same as it used to. But I'm telling you, I've always used Aleene's tacky glue on my journal covers. I shouldn't say always. I've been using Aleene's for a while, and it never was a problem, and now all of a sudden, problem. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm going to ask you guys what you guys are doing for summer. You guys, for some reason this year, I'm completely skipping over spring. Usually I love springtime. Springtime is really one of my favorite times because it's, you know, less cold here in Maryland, and everything's beautiful and blooming. But for some reason, I think, okay, so here's what I think it is. I'm trying to skip over spring and get to my summer because I felt like I lost my summer last year. And it was due to everything. The first half of the summer I spent depressed and trying to, you know, find my way out of that. And then the last part of summer I spent that's not working. There we go. And then the last part of the summer I spent not being able to walk and trying to figure out what was wrong with my legs before we found the blood clot. So that's why I think that I'm just really longing for summer right now, because I feel like I just didn't get it last year. So I'm skipping over spring. Skipping over spring, and I'm just going straight to summer. And I already started my summer activities because we, like I said, got a membership to the gym right down the street, and it has a really cool pool. I mean, a really awesome pool. It's got a leisure pool, a kids pool, a splash pad, and a lap swimming pool. So we're super lucky to be able to do that this summer. So on Friday, what did I just do with my tape? So on Friday, me and the girls, Selena was off. So me and the girls got our bathing suits And then we went up and swam in the pool. And I'm not kidding you, it was 33 degrees when we went up there Friday. It was one of the coldest days of the last couple months. And so we went up there and we were swimming. Of course, it's inside. And we were swimming and I was like, man, this feels so wrong. And Hannah goes, I know, Mom. I feel like it's not right that we're wearing bathing suits and swimming when it's so cold out. But I remember feeling the same way when we went to Great Wolf Lodge last year. Oh, not last year. I'm sorry. See, losing years. The year before last. Because it snowed when we were there. Because we went to the one in the Poconos. And when we got there, it was just really cold. And then that night it snowed. And so the next day we went out to just, you know, get out of the resort for a little while and take a ride in the car. And there was probably at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground. And I said, this is so weird being at a water park with it snowing out. And they have like the big windows on the roof at Great Wolf. And so while you're in the pool, you can look up and you can see it snowing. It's really cool. But it's also a really weird feeling. So that's what we said it was like when we were in the pool on Friday. We were like, this is just weird. But it was fun. All of us enjoyed the pool. And it was funny because we were talking about people that didn't know how to swim. And Selena, my middle girl, said, I never understood, you know, how could people not know how to swim? And I said, well, you got to remember that we grew up in Florida. And so everybody knew how to swim in Florida. If you didn't know how to swim, you were in big trouble because everybody had a pool and there's lakes everywhere. And the beach is right around the corner. So, like, you were screwed if you didn't know how to swim when you lived in Florida. So I told her not everybody knows how to swim because not everybody grew up in Florida. And she's like, oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Yep. All right, this is nice and thick now. So now we have the base of the book. And it's nice. I like it. So let's decide how we're going to cover this book. I think, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're going to use some of these for the cover of the book. I really like these red roses. They are so pretty. Here's a little pink rose bush. That's not a rose. These are more like carnations. Is that a rose bush? Yeah, that's a rose bush. That's a rose bush. That's beautiful. Oh, here's some smaller roses. I saw a couple papers in here. How about that one? And do some black. Here's some, oh, look at that. It's white with gold in it. That's really pretty. No purple. You can't even see what I'm looking through here. I don't know. We're going to go with orange, red, and black and white. That's what we're doing. Oh, look at that piece. It's like a fabric piece. That's, ooh, look at that color. We're doing that one too. Cardstock. Ooh. No. Oh, another piece of that. Another piece of orange. Here's another piece of the, this isn't gold. Oh yeah, it is. This is gold. Gold flecked. Oh, this has silver in it. Just a little bit, but you can kind of see the shimmer. Okay, that's plenty for the, whew, sparkly. All right, that's plenty. So let's see how we're gonna do this. I think we're gonna kind of piece this together, since that is, since that's really all we have an option of. I mean, we could do like a, so we could do like a wrapping paper. I've done that before where I've wrapped the cover in wrapping paper, and that's really pretty. But I really like this paper, so we're gonna go with this paper. So I want a piece that's gonna go right like this. There we go. All right. Oh, didn't stick. Press down on it wrong here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now I'm just going to cut right around that. Okay. Let me lay some tape here. This is going to take up quite a bit of tape, but like I said, I want this to last, and I want it to look pretty, so I definitely do not want it warping. I am having a time with these nails, you guys. I have got to get them done. Like I said, thank God I have a friggin' appointment, because at this point it was either chew them all off or go get them done, because they are way too long. I am a crafter. Crafters don't usually have like super duper long nails. Some do, and good for them, because I can't do it. I cannot deal with these long nails while I'm crafting. They have got to be cut down. Now, let me peel all these off. All right, be happy that I just skipped over 8 million hours of me peeling off all that tape. That was like excruciating. All right, let's start gluing some of this stuff down. Get me a little bone folder here going on. You know what? I don't want to use this because I'm afraid it's going to be hard to glue on top of. So let's do, love this piece right here. Love this piece. That is beautiful. And we're just going to butt it right up against that piece. Oh, it kind of looks Christmassy. Oh my God, it looks like a belt buckle. It looks like Santa Claus's belt buckle. I'm done. I'm not doing this. What am I going to do for the spine? I don't know. We'll do... Oh, that would be pretty for the spine. We'll do this for the spine. Okay, we'll do these for the spine. Well, that's kind of thin. That's not a good idea. It's too thin. Ooh, sticky. Oh my gosh, this is fitting perfect right there, but I need it to overlap, so. You know what? Let's put this down. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not using that. Let me do this. Let me take a piece of cardstock, or computer paper, okay? And I'm going to cut this down. Oh, I just laid it right on top of there. That was dumb. That was really stupid, but whatever. I did it. I did it. It's done. I did it. Okay, things you do when you're not thinking. I stuck it right down there. All right, whatever. Let's go from there. What I was saying was I wanted to put a piece of computer paper down because that paper that I want to use is really super thin, and so I don't want to be able to see through it. Well, that's fine. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. Oh, I didn't even get close to it. What in the world was I doing? All right, so now I'm going to use a tad bit of wet glue right here just because it's like an in-between layer. It's not even one of the main layers, and I'm just using like a tad to hold this down. That's it. That's all I wanted to do, is just hold this piece in place because this is not even the piece that's going to be showing. So these are the pieces that are going to be showing. Beautiful. isn't she? She's beautiful. Okay, now we need to get something to go right here. So what are we gonna do? What are we going to do? We could wrap it in newspaper. How would that look if we did like a, how about a crossword puzzle page? That would be nice, wouldn't it? Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, this is the solution. We don't want the solution. We want that one. Well, that one looks good.
So I wanted to explain to you guys why I put so much of this video in fast forward. It's because as I'm sitting here watching this video that is like an hour and 45 minutes long, I'm trying to get it condensed as much as possible, but I want to make sure that I don't miss anything. But the reason that it's taken me so long is because I'm noticing I fiddle like so much. But that's because I'm, checking twice and measuring twice, cutting once, but then when I go to fit it, I have to fit it several times because as you can see, I'm making these little tiny minor adjustments. Just a little bit off here and just a little bit off there. So is it me just making sure that everything fits properly, or is it me being picky and being a perfectionist? I don't know. We'll just let you guys have your own opinion on that one, but that's why I'm fast forwarding so much of this video, because it really is, I'm not even talking. It's just me fiddling.
I forgot to do this. I forgot to do my little trick here. Is our junk journal started. So I think that this is a very good base for a junk journal. I don't like right here, it's not sticking down. I don't like that. We'll fix it. No worries, we'll fix it. Okay, so now let's do the front of the junk journal. What do I want to do? That would be kind of cute, right?
Okay guys, that is it for today's video. I hope that you really enjoyed hanging out with me today. It was a very chatty video, very different from what I've been doing. But I've been trying to share a little bit more with you guys just because I feel like I've known you guys on a more personal level for so long now that I feel like you've opened up to me, and I'm trying to open up a little bit more to my friends here on YouTube. So that's why it's a little bit more chatty. So I hope that you enjoyed the video. Like I said, I am going to post a part 2 to this where we do the inside of this video, or inside of this junk journal. And that's where all the envelopes are going to come into play and all the different types of paper. So stay tuned for that. I hope you guys have a great day. I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.